celebrating that Nicki Minaj is divorcing Kenneth Petty. But then she seemed to respond with a video them being together, getting on a private jet with their kid, walking up the stairs or whatever. So most people, she posted that I'm single, and then when she was in Germany, she went on a rant about sounding like he may have some, he may not be faithful and all this stuff. And what you gotta understand is this: when you get a woman, and check out the music entertainment playlist, the Real 101 playlist as well too. This won't be hardcore like Patreon. It's gonna be regular. So when you get a woman that every time she feel a certain way, y'all have a disagreement, or she going through something at work and she feel like she got to post about it on social media, I just feel like that woman ain't relationship material. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like females that are content creators are not relationship material. When something go bad, it don't even got to be with you or her family. She run and go to tell social media. Some people say, well, you could train your partner to be private, to have privacy. I mean, good luck. But anytime you got, either way, if you a woman and a dude, y'all go through something, he run on social media and tell it, they not relationship material. That's somebody that you really shouldn't be bonding with like that. Maybe y'all just casually kicking it or whatever. Even as friends, that's kind of iffy. Y'all do something and then they subliminally talking shit on social media. And what's worse is when they go to social media and run to them, but don't run to the person they subliminally talking about on social media. But women kind of seeing that they happy that she could be divorced. Misery love company, man. And this is why when you dating, and this is why it's important to really do the full check on a woman before you think about marrying them. And what's so funny about it is, it's to the point where women say, and they try to change narratives with men. They try to shame men into marrying them. They try to shame men for doing manly things. They try to shame men for doing things they like. You might see something like, you still read comics? You still play video games? I mean, y'all been playing dress up and makeup your whole life. So I just peep they shaming tactics. And they'll shame you for that, but then you tell them about themselves and they want to start an argument and get mad. But, this is why you really got to, vet a woman throughout the years and see who she could find with when she go through something, see what her friends doing. Her friends will tell you a lot of how her family is. You got that, she got that one friend, she run her mouth, they go around cheating. So you already know if she running with one or two of them, that's just what it is. So, you just gotta see all that. And I think a lot of dudes just get comfortable knowing that they don't want to marry a woman, and you hope that she can actually make those adjustments to being a woman that you want. She never do. And I say that about a lot of black women when I hear from a lot of black guys in person and online, that they said that they just don't want to, black women just don't want to conform. They don't want to better themselves. They tell them exactly what they need to do, and they don't do it. So when they don't do it, a lot of dudes don't really want to go through the point of breaking up. So they just do them and then wait for the woman to leave. Me personally, dude, I'm just going to split like a banana split. But, you have a lot of women that, can find other women for their problems. And they tell them their problems, and it's always Jermaine's fault. If you're watching the channel long enough, you know what that means. And when it's always Jermaine's fault, then their advice is you should leave him and get out. Because a lot of times they want hoe buddies. But if you could find two women that are married, and successfully married, they gonna tell you to work that shit out. But at the same time, I find it strange that a lot of women on TikTok are pretty much in jubilee that she divorced him. And it don't matter that his history is his history. She married him. And women say, I knew she shouldn't have married him. It don't matter. His history could have been clean. He could have been a good guy. But women still would have been happy to see another woman getting divorced. Y'all want to know why? Black women are the least married and the highest divorce. Because you got a bunch of crab in the bucket mentality. And they listen to their girlfriends. They listen to their grandmothers and their mothers and their aunties about being single and being independent and all that stuff. And I done heard stories about older women making their daughters divorce good men. And that man bounced back with a good woman, and that woman never finds somebody else again. So you gotta really understand the circle that your, even for men, for women, for men, you gotta understand that circle that they running in. And they in a circle where you got a whole bunch of people always trying to get you all away from them. Cool, let them go. But with black women, that's another reason why a lot of the brothers kind of like, nah, I'm good, because it's just to the point where they comfortable in situationships. That's just what they want. And, they'll sit here and pray for you to get divorced, or report that you happy that you divorced, and I knew he wasn't nothing, you be all right. And then she did this rant in Germany, Berlin, I seen on TikTok, where she talked about, well, when somebody's not faithful and all this, man. For women to be talking about emotional intelligence, they sure don't have a lot of it. Because part of being emotionally intelligent is knowing how to separate your personal life from social media and from your business, from your job. That's just what it is. Part of that is that. And she's very immature as well, too. Just still wanting to be the top queen chick, and still wanting to compete with Cardi B, and still wanting to compete with these. Man, it's time for her to hang it up and just be a mom. Go other ventures. She's still trying to hang on to the crown. Nobody can be queen and king forever. At some point, your lineage go down. The prince or the princess, take the throne or whatever. Princess Mary, outside, get the king, and your lineage carry on through their DNA, but she don't want to let it go. So it's a bunch of immaturity there, where she's still beefing with so many women, and you heard these rumors and stories about her and Megan, and whatever. But it just find it funny how it's our women, black women, sit there and empower other women to leave a relationship. They sit there and empower it. And what's even worse, in my opinion, is how a lot of our women go to their family and they vilify us before we get a chance to meet the family or get to know them. So when we come in, we've been rocking for a while. She didn't already told them your business. So they gonna forget. She gonna forgive you, but they not. So it's just a lot of things when you talk about you gotta train women to do. How to be, and when they violate those certain things, they gotta go. They gotta go. When they violate that privacy and they step that boundary, she gotta go. It's like if she stole something from you, and come on, ain't no going back. It's a wrap. But for them to feel like it's empowering to go back and be single and you 40 years old, and we have so many cases of women who divorce late in their 30s, no matter what the ethnic or the demographic background is, they regret it. A man is gonna bounce back way more than a woman is. No matter how fine or bad a woman is, it's hard. Nobody is like she is for the most part. She's just a fetish, bro. At 40 years old, who gonna marry Nicki Minaj for real? She let Meek go by, whatever reason that happened. His life got better when he got rid of her. They said she was with Safari. She could have had Drake. She didn't want Drake. Out of all the options she went for the man. I don't know if they was high school sweethearts or whatever, but she went for the man that was lesser than all those guys on paper. She went from a pookie that she can control. That's who she chose to procreate with. So you seeing that on a grand scale of a wealthy woman when she was shake with guys that was on her level. That guys that they could have been a true Jay-Z, Beyonce type of power couple. And she went for a guy that most people see no disrespect to him as a Pookie and a Ray Ray with his background and him not have as much as her. So that lets you know. So any woman thinking that a money or, your status can keep a man, it don't work that way. Our money and status attracts y'all. That's what y'all superficial selves look for. Money, status, height, superficial things. And you look at other communities, they marry for resources. They marry if they marry for something As far as something that's kind of tangible, intangible, because you do got a brain. They married, he come from a family of people with a high IQ. His grandmother went to Harvard. His grandfather went to Princeton. His father went to Yale. You know what I'm saying? So they marry for stuff like that, resourceful, and make one power couple, power family, so their lineage can carry on stronger and better. That's how they do it. The physical is just, hey, just don't be fat as hell, and we gonna work out together. I see it all the time in the Indian and Arab communities. But our woman wants to be the new men, and to be honest, they are becoming the new men. They just as big as we are. Their voices are deeper than ours. The government didn't empower them with Section 8 vouchers, and they feel like they can run the show, and they've really depleted a lot of black men and emasculated them by a lot of single mothers have, made them feeble, hung around the house too long, the crib, in my baby boy voice, and, put them out, and now they got to go shack up with a woman, and this, that, and the third, and they didn't have these their fathers was Spookies and Ray Rays. They wasn't around. They was around. They wasn't shit. Didn't give them nothing to start off life with, and these women get to start off life with Section 8 vouchers, with bailouts, selling punani, and all that stuff. So they feel like they in power. And these are the dudes that they choose to be with. So even on the grand scale, with a woman who have moved and shaked with some of the most successful men, that we know or don't know in the music business, and I'm pretty sure she been in places, like the Equinox Gym and these great, different penthouses and these clubs that we can't get into, and she met some really good dudes. But then again, you can't get a chick like Nicki Minaj to submit. Who she gonna follow? Who she really, come on. She feel like she this, that, and the third. And so basically she want a son husband. That's what she got in Kenneth Petty. And it don't surprise what he did right now. If he did anything was an infidelity, how he was acting to make her want to split, he was doing that before they was married. So she knew what it was. And a lot of these women, and I'm gonna just end it on this, a lot of these women just want the baby out of the dude. So they ain't alone. They just want a baby. That's all they want. They just want a baby. When they get that baby, or when you retire, that's for the athletes and people that get money. But when they want that baby, when they get that baby, then they start acting all funny. Now they ain't lonely. Now they got something they can get a resource. Now they got something that can occupy their time. So when you look at Nicki Minaj and stuff of that nature, bro, it is what it is. She got the baby out of him. That's what she really wanted. But, just looking at her, that's what all black women really, that's what the stereotypical, and I'm going to say that's most of the reality with most black women. They don't want nobody that's going to lead and put them in a position. They want to be the ones that lead, and they want to be the voice, and that's how you end up with a lot of DV issues. That's how you end up with kids growing up scoring. When you got two alpha energies together, and a lot of black men just say, you know what, bruh? A lot of men across the board just say, you know what? They're sexual fetish. They sexualize everything, twerking. They sexualize cooking. They sexualize dancing. They sexualize going to church and praising the Lord. They right for the stroke, but other than that, I'm out of there. I'm gonna go marry Becky. I'm gonna go marry Americash. I'm gonna go marry Maria. I'm gonna go marry Chinglang. When I get off work, they don't bring stress. They ain't got two alpha energy. She know I'm here and she there. When you get to talking stuff like that, a lot of women, oh no, I could be there. And a lot of women go, and I said this on the Patreon, and check it out. A lot of women gonna find out they're gonna work longer, harder, and you're gonna start to see men start to live longer and women lifespan start to shrink. But check out the music entertainment playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Hit the link tree. You can find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. Check out the Patreon. Appreciate the love and support. Check out the Real One-on-One playlist. Peace.